Welcome back to Biomes. This time we're talking about Baffin Island. Baffin Island is in the province of Nunavut in Canada, and it is the 5th largest island in the world and the #1 largest island in Canada. It is up near the Arctic Circle, meaning it is very cold with an average annual temperature of around -12 degrees Celsius, and it can snow at pretty much any time. Now, despite it being quite near the Arctic Circle, it is considered to be a tundra environment with a large amount of grasses and mosses and lichens, which make up a good deal of the plant biodiversity. There's really not a whole lot of trees there. Trees are very, very rare, if never seen. And these mosses and grasses are what sustains most of the large herbivores on the island. However, there is still a decent amount of other plant life like wildflowers such as this one, the purple mountain saxifrage, the alpine willow, which as far as I'm aware is not related to willow trees, that's just the name, and the Arctic white heather, which is found quite widely in the northern areas of the world. Kind of the only large herbivore on the island is the barren ground caribou, which is found on the open tundra areas as opposed to in the forest like other types of caribou. The caribou population is kept in check by populations of Arctic wolves, and this guy, the Baffin Island wolf, which is a subspecies of gray wolf native to Baffin Island. Baffin Island also does have a decently robust polar bear population, and that is one of the main points of tourism. And there's also some smaller guys as well, including the Baffin Island red fox and the Arctic fox. Arctic hares are quite common up there as well and are a substantial food source for both the wolves and the foxes, as well as some larger birds. Along with the lemmings up there, these small little rodents that don't actually dramatically jump off of cliffs. That was fake, that was entirely orchestrated by Disney. Seals are not uncommon on the island as well, such as this one, the ringed seal, as well as bearded seals and occasionally walruses, which do also provide food for the polar bear population. And occasional visitors to the coast of Baffin Island include some larger marine mammals like beluga whales, narwhals, and bowhead whales. One of the most abundant types of animals on the island are birds, such as this one, the snowy owl, as well as some species of hawks and falcons. There's many types of water birds, such as the Canadian goose, the similar-looking cackling goose, as well as the snow goose, which makes up pretty much the entirety of the Canadian Air Force. Other water birds include things like this one, the red-throated phalarope, and the thick-billed murre, which is a very interesting guy. Rock ptarmigans can also be found there and are a good source of food for both wolves and larger birds of prey, as well as the indigenous people that habitate the island. There's quite a few migratory birds that make their home occasionally on the island, like the Arctic tern, but aren't there year-round. And there's numerous species of gulls, such as the ivory gull, which is considered to be endangered in Canada, and my favorite type of seagull, the Sabine's gull. But by far the most populous animal on Baffin Island is the mosquito, which is abundant and a serious pest in the summer months, along with black flies and horseflies. Now, Baffin Island, along with pretty much any Arctic or Antarctic biome, is considered to be an at-risk ecosystem. Due to climate change and particularly global warming, the sea ice and permafrost is rapidly melting, which is causing a lot of problems for the ecosystem and the animals and the people that live there. The average temperature on Baffin Island, while quite cold, is the warmest it's ever been on average, which is not a good thing. Most of the life there is adapted to very specific cold temperatures, and with the climate changing so rapidly, they cannot adapt, and multiple of the species found on the island, as well as in similar biomes, are heavily at risk, and that is also affecting the people that live there and rely on these plants and animals to make up the majority of their lifestyle and food and everything, because Canada doesn't really give a shit about the territories and the people who live there, but that's a whole other issue. So this is just your friendly reminder that climate change is real and is affecting our entire planet and everything that lives on it.